Hello and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So this is Bianchi Specialissima Comp road bike, and in this episode I will give you the buyer's guide for this bike, and also I will tell you should you just go ahead and buy it or should you just shortlist this road bike. So, hello friends, and before we start, I would just say that if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe because it's going to help in growing the channel. And of course, if you are already a subscriber, I say thank you. So, as I was saying, Bianchi Specialissima Comp. So, as you can see, there are few versions of this bike that you can choose from. It starts from the Specialissima Comp with the Shimano 105 Di2 group set with the retail price of 4,350 British pounds. Then you have a choice with the SRAM Rival Etap group set, and the top level would be the Specialissima Comp with the Shimano Ultegra Di2 electronic group set. So in this specific episode I will focus on the Specialissima Comp with the SRAM Rival Etap group set, retail price 4,750 British pounds or approximately 5,300 euros. So first thing first, we can answer the question, who is this bike for? So the way I would define this bike, it is that the Bianchi has tried to create the kind of lightweight climbing machine, but definitely a bit more aerodynamically optimized, as you can see, you know, with the frame and the fork and also handlebar and the stem and the seat post. Everything has a bit of, you know, aerodynamically optimized shapes because you want to go as fast as possible, you want to minimize the drag on the bikes, and also when it comes to these kind of lightweight climbing bikes, definitely the trend is to make them as slippery as possible through the air. Now, when we look at the paint schemes on this bike, there are two classical paint schemes from Bianchi. One is this beautiful celeste green paint scheme, very traditional Bianchi paint scheme, and I truly believe that anybody who is buying Bianchi should definitely go for this celeste green paint scheme. And then of course you have this very classical graphite black paint scheme. So as I was saying, I believe that the classical green Bianchi paint scheme is the way to go. So when we speak about the frame and the fork on this bike, you will get the Bianchi comp level of the carbon fiber frame and also the comp level of the carbon fiber fork. So this is the lowest carbon fiber level that Bianchi does with this bike, because above this you have the Bianchi Pro level carbon fiber and also then the Bianchi RC level. So this carbon fiber frame comes with the 5 years warranty from Bianchi, which is, you know, pretty standard in the industry. Of course, I wish that they would increase it to the lifetime warranty as some other bike manufacturers like, you know, Specialized, Trek, Giant, Merida. But all in, you know, perfectly fine carbon fiber frame and the fork, and definitely, you know, as I said, a bit of more aerodynamically optimized shapes here. When we speak about the group set on this bike, so you are getting the SRAM Rival Etap 12-speed group set. So this is a fully wireless group set from SRAM, shifters front mech and rear mech, absolutely no cables anywhere. So stunning wireless group set, works perfectly fine, definitely no complaints here from me. And I would just mention here that this carbon fiber frame, it is ready for the internal cable routing if you are, for example, using the Shimano electronic group set, and also this frame comes with the press fit bottom bracket. Also, when it comes to the braking system on this bike, this is the SRAM Rival hydraulic disc brakes front and the back. As I see, 160mm braking rotors front and the back from SRAM Paceline, which is absolutely excellent. So they didn't cut the corners on any tiny braking rotors on this bike. You know how I don't like the 140mm braking rotors. I just think they are an absolute joke. So at least here you have a 160mm braking rotors both front and the back. So diving in a bit into the more detailed specifications. You can see that, for example, with the cassette on this bike, you will get the SRAM XG1250 cassette. So this is the 1036 cassette, excellent gear ratio, huge gear ratio. Also the crankset is the SRAM Rival crankset, no cutting corners here, and the chain SRAM Rival D1 12-speed chain. So a full SRAM Rival Etap 12-speed wireless group set. Also, I will mention here that when it comes to the wheel set on this bike, you will get the Veloman Palladium 33mm rim height wheel set. So this Veloman Palladium is an in-house brand of Bianchi. So this is a carbon fiber wheel set, 33mm rim height. It comes with the sealed cartridge bearing hubs, and also the total weight is 1,450 grams plus or minus 5%. So this is very interesting from Bianchi, how they are very precise in the weight of this wheel set. Also, this wheel set is wrapped in the Pirelli P0 race tires. The only complaint here I have is that the tire is 26mm wide. I wish that they are using a much wider tire, at least 28mm, because so much more air volume, much more smoother bike ride, and definitely there is no speed penalty when using the 28mm tires. But this is something very easy to upgrade in the future. And of course, this wheel set as it is a tubeless ready wheel set. So superb choice here, because you are getting a carbon fiber wheel set on this bike. Now, some of the smaller components, handlebar and the stem. So you will get an aluminum handlebar and also aluminum stem, both from the Veloman brand, which is perfectly fine. They are separate pieces, so nothing is proprietary here. It's very easy to, change the pieces in the future and upgrade anything in the future if you really want it. And I will just mention here, when I look at the handlebar, in some sizes of the frame, like 55 or 59 centimeters, the handlebar is 42 centimeters wide. And I still think that these handlebars are a bit too wide, so they could easily use, for example, a 40 centimeters handlebar, because again, you will just improve a lot your aerodynamics and your position on the bike by a bit more narrower handlebar. Also, when it comes to the saddle and the seat post, so the seat post is a Bianchi full carbon fiber seat post, aerodynamically optimized. Excellent stuff. Again, it's going to soak up some of the much smaller road bumps here. And the saddle, Veloman's own production saddle, 220 grams weight. I can't comment anything on the comfort of this saddle. I've never used it, but since saddles are a personal preference, it is very easy to, upgrade this saddle in the future. So when you consider that the price of this bike is 4,750 British pounds retail, or 5,300 euros, it's definitely not a cheap bike. It is one of the higher levels of the price, considering the equipment on the bike. But definitely you gotta take into account that buying a Bianchi is also, you are paying, a bit for the heritage of Bianchi, and rarely you see Bianchi bikes on the road. So I would say, if you are speaking with your local Bianchi bike dealer, definitely negotiate the price, and I'm sure that with nice negotiation you can get approximately 15% discount on this bike price. As it is now at 5,300 euros or 4,750 British pounds, I think it's a bit overpriced, the bike, for what it is. So I would just say that in this case you should just go ahead and shortlist this bike, but with a nice recommendation that if you negotiate the price for about 15% discount, then it becomes, very interesting, and I would then advise you, go ahead and buy it with a good discount. So this is going to be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you in the next episode. Cheers!